Hey everyone, and welcome to another video about Prehistoric Kingdom. Today we are going to have a look a little bit deeper into the trailer for the beta announcement of Prehistoric Kingdom. So just, before we start, maybe if you guys have no idea what this game is. Prehistoric Kingdom is a park zoo builder with prehistoric animals that is opting to be released into early access beginning of next year, or to be more precise, in April 2022. At least that's what the aim is. And now we finally know that there will be a beta available at the 6th of December, so it's quite a little bit of time ahead until we can finally play this. But this trailer gives us a lot of new insights. I have a couple of videos on the alpha stages of this game, so if you're new here to the channel, you've never seen about this game, I'm going to link my wonderful builds from the alpha stages to the top right, and you can click this now to have a look. But today we are going to talk about in specific about what we can see in the trailer. So it's gonna start over here with a wonderful savanna look. It's kind of a little bit like Africa savanna, and the lighting and stuff is really good. In general, we are talking a lot about graphics in this video, I can already tell you. So if we are going forward a little bit over here, we can see the first dinosaur. So if we go now into the video, we can see a little bit of a first nice opening shot here with a dinosaur, standing up from its, chilling position, which is already giving us a hint at a couple of new animations for the animal. So first of all, in the alpha stages of the game, there were just a couple of very, very basic animations. We had some idling and that's about it, but we didn't really have anything hunting or whatever was not really available. So maybe this shows us a little bit of a fight or something already over here. So you can see Rexy is chasing after another animal, and I'm not going to try to pronounce every one because I'm just like too bad at all these names, so I'm not doing this. But you can see over here, this is a very interesting kind of shot that we can tell, because this is basically the piece by piece building we all love and knew about already. So this is where it's starting. Also very interesting, we have some benches down here. I've not really spotted anyone using them, so maybe we see them in use later on in this video. I haven't spotted that yet, but maybe I was just too blind in my first couple of times I went through the video. But we will also, have a little bit of a talk at the end of the video, judging a little bit what I think is going to happen with the beta, what I think in general about the game, and what my hope is for this game to happen. But we all love and know piece by piece building, so I'm not going to go too crazy into it. If you guys are interested, just have a look at the alpha stages. It's basically showing you what the game is capable of, and that's quite a lot. But also it shows a couple of new pieces. We can see all the thatch roofs, and as we know, recoloring will be an option in beta as well. So this is already confirmed. Quite a lot of information you can also find in the latest devlogs. I'm also going to include those links in the description if you guys are interested, because all these things are available on their website, so you can check out what they're all introducing for the beta and all the additional info that has been put out to the Gamescom. We can see some light sources, which is very good, because we didn't really have that much light and fire and stuff like this. Maybe it's even VFX, who knows, but VFX will be a very important thing in a couple of seconds. But yeah, so this is the build. Then you can see some statues over here just switching the position. You can see it's quite busy, as we, from the wonderful alpha stages, we know that the parks get busy rather quickly. People and guests are still one of my biggest concerns of the game, I think, but we will see. There's a couple of more options when it comes to management in this version, so in the beta, so we are really opting to see that. But now let's stay here for a second, because that's a very, very nice shot. So you can see we have waterfall effects, and I'm very, very sure that this is VFX based and is not like a functioning waterfall, because that looks almost like, I don't know, kind of in VFX, because it's definitely looking different on this side over here than here. But I'm really hoping to see that this maybe is also scalable, or maybe we can do some crazy things. I'm really, really interested how they pull off the waterfall VFX, because waterfalls are kind of a little bit of a discipline on their own, so we are going to see how they tackle this. Now, also speaking about tackling water is very interesting, because we know at some point we might get some aquatic animals, or whatever, and then the water system has potentially not the capabilities at this point. So it's gonna be interesting to see if they changed anything about how you create depth into the water volumes, but that's something we have to experience on our own. What I wanted to quickly point out is this cage over here. We already had the Microraptor in the alpha, but we have seen in the trailer already that we will get another aviary animal, this small lovely little very fuzzy bird, and I kind of think that this is a new size for the exhibit, and this almost looks like potentially it's also going to be modular, that you can expand this, or this is a hand, you know, we are just tricked by them using the with the null fences and then build this by themselves. But potentially it's like kind of a bigger exhibit, which would be cool because different sizes in small exhibits would be nice. We have our wonderful woolly mammoth over here walking through a rather tropical environment, which is very interesting. But this shot over here is also very great. You can see how the habitat is going to be created. A very nice way of how the different elements go into each other, you know, especially, I love it, especially how the textures and stuff merge into each other, and with the rocks we get a good idea of how this all integrates. But this is like most likely a very straightforward way of establishing this one. And this is the small little raptor I was talking about, a little birdie, which is not the Microraptor we've seen. It's kind of another one which has a very nice sort of animation going on. I really like that one. And then we finally see it, what we were all hoping for. This is the rain. The rain is in. We know that there will be rain in the game. I mean, we all knew it from certain screenshots, but I think, as far as I know, we've never seen that in motion. So I'm just going to click so you can see that. And oh boy, how much do I love this establishing shot of the lights turning on. I really hope it is that way in the game, that we can see the light really not turning on all of a sudden, but like really flicker like that. This is really such a cool effect, cool looking. I love the reflections on the water, really nice shading and stuff. I'm, you know, just a big fan of that. But again, it is just lights, okay? So let's go further in. We've got another animal over here. I'm not sure if that's the Edmontosaurus version in this game, or whatever this animal is. I have no idea. But I love the different variants again of it. You know, here on the left hand side you've got the more tropical one, I guess, without the feathers, and on the right hand one you have the feathery one, which could also be more in a more Arctic environment, even though I know it's not exactly the way how it worked, and I know that, you know, vice versa, it could also work pretty well, that feathers are very handy for hot environments. But you know, that's just me guessing around. But I like the style of this one, and this shot now, which is going to be this is just, I love the lighting, I love the texture, I love the pattern, I love the skin, I love everything about the shot, and I love how they establish the same animation going through different environments with different patterns and still maintaining the same animation. That is some bold stuff that they're doing over here. So this is really, really cool. I love also different skull variants. It's not only about the pattern. If you have a close look to the skull, you can see the crest over here is actually changing, which I personally like a lot as well. Different sizes of the horns and so on. And oh my god, I just love that one with the I don't know if that's even, I think this is more likely not feathers. This really looks like woolly kind of skin. I don't know. It's really, I don't know. This is so cool looking. Love it. And then over here we have Paracephalus, and I don't know if it's Brachio in the background, or maybe I haven't looked into the roster of these 15 animals that we will get for the beta. It's gonna be 15, but I've not really checked exactly which ones they are. It's a couple of time again, you know. I've got so many things to juggle around at the moment. I'm sorry if I don't hit the names correctly, but you guys are there to correct me in the comments down below. So I would really love if someone of you could put down all the 15 different animals we'll get to the beta. I'm gonna pin this comment and you can all see who that is, okay? Please do this. Comment which are the 15 animals, and I'm gonna do this as a little service for you guys. So please make sure to comment the 15 animals, and I'm gonna do this. Another very nice shot over here, which is going to show you how smaller animals are working in as well. And oh god, this shot over here is another brilliant one to establish how they all work with the environment. And truth to be told, there was kind of a little bit of a lack of interaction with the environment in the alpha. Animal AI wasn't really at the point where it needed to be, so it's really good to see them drinking from the water over there, because we didn't have any drinking or feeding or whatnot in the alpha. So this is going to be seen how this works in Prehistoric Kingdom beta. But this is all what we've seen, and there you can see the early access arriving in April 2022, and the closed beta will be available from December 6th in 2021, which will be this year. So how cool is that? Now, let's go a little bit back, and I'm gonna keep that shot over here simply because I find this very stunning. Let's talk about my impression of the trailer and all the impressions I had from the devlogs and stuff like that. So, first things first, it's all going to be a little bit later than, you know, promised is the wrong word, but the early schedule from early 2021 is not completely held. So usually we should have seen beta already arriving now, and it's pushed back a little bit. But if it's about me, I would say that's fine, because I'd rather see a product that works than a kind of hot-stitched beta, whatever, that is not really providing a huge step up from the alpha. I was totally happy with the alpha. It was an alpha. It did what it did, you know. There was a lot of lacking stuff in there, and it's, you know, an alpha almost is a bit of a bigger tech demo, if you will. You know, it's just showing if it worked with different players, if it's solid enough and stuff like that. The beta, however, is going to be a lot more, and my expectations will be a lot higher, you know. There are a lot of things I would not be so forgiven about as I was in the alpha. So let's say the AI from the animals, for example. Let's say the guest behavior. What do they interact with? How do they move and stuff like that? A lot of things I really didn't look too close, well, I didn't pay too close attention to in the alpha, because it's just not what an alpha is about, will be now very important for the beta. And I remain very hyped, but also at the same time I try to reduce my hype to a level that I'm still very much waiting for how they pull off all these things like management, interaction between animals and the guest, how they move around in the park. You know, pathfinding is a very important thing, since we know that pathing in this game is very interesting, since there is no legit pathway, because everything can become path at the point, because the scenery objects are all having a collision and the guest can interact with it. So, you know, this has to be remained seen if they can pull it off in the same way while having a good performance. So a lot of things that have to go into each other, but I'm really looking forward to getting my hands on it and testing what this is capable of. And again, I think we don't need to talk about the presentation and the looks and the graphics. It all looks phenomenal. The animations we've seen in the trailer are very spot on, very nice. But then again, there was not really much seen about fighting or social interaction or too many animations that are not idle or running. So, you know, I think the closest we can get is this drinking here in the background that tells us already what's going on. But all over, I'm very much excited to see what they are capable of doing with the beta. I'm really looking forward to it. You can expect me to play a lot of it and make a lot of different things like testing, tutorials, and, you know, if you guys are interested for that, make sure to check out the subscription button on this channel, you know, and make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, to see all the stuff I'm going to do with this game. And also, I obviously will also cover all the updates along the way until the 6th of December. And definitely going to try things in there as well as soon as it's there. So yeah, I'm really excited. I'm really excited, as you can hopefully tell from the video. Just a little service for you guys. I won't have another video for today, simply because I already pushed out these 2 videos tonight. So, you know, the daily content is enough, and then you guys have to catch up first of all. Tomorrow I'm going to try to, you know, cover up a little bit of what has been going on with Jurassic World Evolution 2, because I haven't done anything about this game, simply because there's just so much going on that I have to pay attention and make sure that this is really nicely done and not just, you know, quickly done. So that's important. And on Sunday I'm planning to have another Tiny Zoo episode on Planet Zoo, and next week we're going on with some more dioramas. So just a little roadmap for you guys for this weekend. And again, the membership options, the new ones, are available to you. So if you want to support the channel a tiny bit more, then you can do so for already 99 cents, which is the, you know, lowest amount to become a member, to get all the emotes. And since we reached already 20 members plus, we have some new emotes in in the roster, and I think we're only missing 3 members, and then we get 1 slot more, and we have more emotes. And in the future, if we become more members, I will make some, at the end of each episode, I will make a little voting on which emote we should have next, so you guys get a say in that as well. Anyhow, that should be it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this little breakdown of the trailer, and I hope to talk to you guys in the future. Again, make sure to stay safe, have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Stay safe, and I talk to you in the next one. Thank you. Goodbye.